Dear viewers, welcome to the World of Legends channel. Today, we will take you on a journey to one of the darkest and most mysterious periods in American history, the Salem witch trials of 1692 in Massachusetts. These events reveal how devastating societal panic and fear, combined with religious fanaticism, can be. If you're ready, let's step into the foggy streets of Salem, where fear and paranoia ruled the world. On a cold winter day in 1692, young girls living in the town of Salem began exhibiting strange behaviors. Abigail Williams and Betty Paris, these two girls, were having bizarre fits, suffering, and claiming to be possessed by unknown entities. The townspeople started to believe these incidents had a supernatural origin. Soon, these behaviors spread to other girls, and rumors of witchcraft quickly spread throughout Salem. The townspeople began to believe that witches were responsible for the girls' conditions and started a witch hunt. Initially, individuals with low social status, seen as easy targets, were accused. Tituba, Sarah Good, and Sarah Osborne were among the first accused. Tituba was a slave, making her one of the first targets. Sarah Good and Sarah Osborne were marginalized members of the town. These women were accused of witchcraft, arrested, and brought to trial. The Salem witch trials are a striking example of how justice can be perverted and how uncontrollable mass hysteria can become. In the trials, it was nearly impossible for the accused to prove their innocence. The evidence used in the trials often consisted of testimonies about supposed specters and spirits. Additionally, it is known that the accused were subjected to severe torture to extract confessions. As the trials progressed, accusations and arrests continued to rise. During this process, many innocent people lost their lives. Among those accused of being witches were respected members of the town and even clergymen. However, these accusations were often fueled by personal vendettas, jealousy, and property disputes. The events were halted by the intervention of Massachusetts Governor William Phips. The governor realized the trials were unjust and ordered them to be stopped. The judges who served in the trials admitted their mistakes, and most of the accused were released. However, more than 20 people had been executed, and many were imprisoned during this process. The Salem witch trials became a dark stain in American history. The Salem witch trials were not just a local tragedy, they also reflected the social, religious, and political dynamics of the time. In the late 17th century, the town of Salem lived under the strict Puritan rules imposed by England. These rules controlled every aspect of daily life, and every member of society had to adhere strictly to them. In this context, accusations of witchcraft emerged in an environment where not only individuals but also the social order were perceived to be under threat. Before the accusations of witchcraft began, the town of Salem faced various challenges. Poor harvests, Native American attacks, and disease outbreaks had disturbed the peace of the people. These difficulties led the community to seek a scapegoat. The belief in supernatural intervention to overcome these challenges caused accusations of witchcraft to spread rapidly. The evidence used in the trials often lacked tangible proof. Spectral evidence, which involved attacks by ghosts and spirits, was considered valid in the courts. Such evidence made it nearly impossible for the accused to defend themselves. Even a claim that a person was attacked by a witch in a dream was enough to accuse that person. The motivations behind the accusations were often shaped by personal gain and revenge. Many people used accusations of witchcraft as a weapon to harm their neighbors or rivals. During this process, social relations and hierarchies in the community were severely disrupted. the townspeople lived in an atmosphere of distrust and fear. The Salem witch trials caused great tragedy not only for those who were executed and imprisoned but also for their families and loved ones. Most of the accused were torn from their families and subjected to social exclusion. During this process, the children and spouses of the accused also suffered greatly. The tragedy that occurred in Salem left an indelible mark on future generations. After the trials ended, the people of Salem slowly began to recover from the horrific events. In 1693, Massachusetts Governor William Phips halted the trials and released most of the accused. However, the lives lost and the suffering experienced during this process could not be undone. Years later, the judges and officials who served in the trials admitted their mistakes and apologized to the community. The Salem witch trials have been a significant subject of study for historians and researchers. These events reveal how justice can be perverted, how mass hysteria spreads, and the darker aspects of human nature. At the same time, these events clearly illustrate the dangers of religious fanaticism and dogmatism. What happened in Salem should not remain just a mistake of the past, it should also serve as a warning to contemporary societies. The impact of the Salem witch trials has also left deep marks on American culture and literature. Arthur Miller's famous play, The Crucible, dramatizes these events, highlighting the dangers of societal hysteria and injustice. Additionally, what happened in Salem has been frequently portrayed in popular culture, reaching wide audiences through various films, TV shows, and books. Dear viewers, today we took a journey into the dark history of Salem together. The witch trials have etched themselves into our memories as one of the most striking examples of how justice can be perverted and how destructive societal hysteria can be. As World of Legends, while conveying this dark period of history to you, we once again wanted to emphasize the importance of learning from the past. See you in our next video. Goodbye.